What up, squad fam? It's your boy coming back at you with another episode of the Steph Section. As always, I am the section behind the Steph, and today I have a very special guest. You may be wondering why the audio quality isn't as good as usual, and that's because I'm in Melbourne today, not in my shitty little room at home recording. Instead, I'm visiting the one, the only, Mr. Sam Clark. How are you, sir?
It's your boy back at it again with a mad Call of Duty video.
Okay.
That's an answer. There you go.
Yes,
that's how I am.
It is now half time at the NRL, and we're gonna record a potty. We're gonna catch up. We got a couple of top tens coming your way very momentarily. I'm just buying time until I figure out what I'm gonna say next. Hey Sam, what have you been up to?
Basically just doing uni, man. Driving around. Not a lot. Nothing that will fill enough time for you to figure out what you're going to say next, though.
Oh, you're helpful, aren't you?
That interesting.
You're helpful. Well, just say something.
Been getting into fights on the road, apparently. I was driving along the other day, and this dude was like, I was driving along the street, and I was about to turn right, and this dude overtook me, but didn't go entirely into the other lane. He drove halfway through my lane, so I had to, swerve to not get murdered by him.
You just got swerved.
And he fucking, pulled up beside me after that and started yelling at me, telling me that I needed to keep left unless overtaking.
Hey, where'd you get your license? The back of a cereal box?
And it was like, I needed to turn right. I was not.
Hey, you got to turn right.
I had to turn right.
You got to turn right to turn left.
I mean,
Lightning McQueen's taught me anything. And that's it. I probably should have spent that time thinking, but I just want to do a bit of catch up. We've caught up earlier today because you picked me up from the airport like 4 hours ago.
Yeah, it's been a solid 4 hours.
We just had one fucking fantastic dinner.
Yeah, we really did.
One of the better dinners I've had in quite a while. Just went to this place called Betty's Burgers and Concrete. Something? Was there a word?
It was Betty's Burgers and Concrete Company. It's my favorite burger place.
Yeah,
it's actually my favorite place to eat in Melbourne.
It's Melbourne's the only place where it's located, and I recommend if any of the listeners ever come to Melbourne, look it up. It was
you can name it by name. There's only 5.
Look, I've gotten 21 views on the video before.
Someone's probably 21. Accidentally watched it more.
I've probably clicked on it once just to check if it was uploaded. I don't know if you watched this one because you haven't watched many, but the lads therapy one I did with Jake, the first one he was on, where we talked about what we hated about each of the lads.
Oh wow!
That people were telling their friends about that, and because people like drama, that got the most views out of any of my videos, and I fucking hate it because no one watched it because they want to bloody support my podcast. I watched it because they wanted to hear some fucking drama.
If you asked me to describe anything I hate about anyone that I knew from
what do you hate about me?
I couldn't give you an apt description of anything I dislike. Not only because everyone's fucking awesome, because I know everyone who's listening will be from there, but I haven't been around long enough to remember any of it.
That's fair.
Look,
we're all cunts.
I mean, I'm pretty cunty. I think that's what really brings it out. It's I'm just such a twat that it really no one outshines me. So I just sort of am self-contained and knowing that I hate myself for being such a twat.
Anyway, so yeah, we were at Betty's Beautiful Burgers. The burgers are always better at Betty's, and oh my god, that was easily one of the best burgers I've had. Easily the best thick shake I've ever had. Fries were okay.
For those who don't know, concrete is a type of custard that's served in a very particular way, or it's made in a very particular way. It comes out of a machine and then goes on, sort of when if a concrete truck, when the concrete comes out and it goes on the ramp that pulls out, it goes on that ramp is chilled to really cool it down. It's absolutely fantastic.
So
Hence why it's called concrete.
It's so well done. Definitely look it up whenever anyone's there.
It's right near Flinders Station.
Flinders Station. It's just up the road from it, actually.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it's
fucking fantastic.
I might even go back there again this week. I don't know yet.
So we have top 10s. We
do.
should have made a list of something of things we need to go over.
As I said, I usually just stick to doing a bit of catch up. We got this fucking sweet ass apartment.
It's got a window
It does.
in the wall.
So you walk in to your direct left. As soon as you walk in, there's the kitchen area. It's nice and small, neat. You don't need anything big at this place. It doesn't have an oven, which would have been nice, but
It's got a
whatever.
stovetop.
Yeah, you can make do. To your direct right, there's a bathroom, which looks, it's good. It's
Yeah,
fine.
no,
It's
the
a
toilet
bathroom.
functions.
Haven't tried the shower yet. Probably will either tonight or tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I will need
Then you walk forward a little bit, and when I booked this place, I heard that there was like a lounge in the room, which there is, which is what we're sitting on right now. That Sam could sleep on.
Thank fucking God I didn't have to sleep on this.
Yeah, no, this is small and not very comfortable.
We're both sitting on it. Steven's sitting half off of the lounge,
It's just this leg and this foot, really.
and I'm entirely on it, and there's like probably 10 centimeters in between us. It's a tiny
but
corner.
there's this tiny little room that we didn't know about with like a single bed in it. And I was just like, oh, sweet, Sam's got a bed, that's awesome. And then you walk a bit further on, there's this slider door which opens into my bed. But wait, you walk a little bit further on past that door, there's this lounge room area that has the lounge and the TV. But there's this giant fucking gap where you can just see directly onto my bed.
It's like the space of a double door that doesn't have doors in it, so it's just a whole
Even bigger.
into the room.
Even bigger, honestly.
The entire best part about it is that between the wall that's in between my room and Steven's room,
It's a
This-
fucking window
there's
that's
a window with like Venetian blinds on it. You can open and like look in. It only locks from Steven's side as well.
Are those Venetian blinds? Oh, dude. I've heard the phrase
They may
everywhere.
be shutters. Venetian blinds are like there's 3 rooms. One of them pulls up, the other 2 open and shut it. I have Venetians in my house. That might just be a blind. Venetian blinds are like the ones that are like
doors,
bad.
really.
Yeah. The Venetian blinds are like there's like planks of wood,
Yeah.
like sequentially, and you've got to like people hate them because they're really hard to use.
I can
Sometimes.
imagine those Venice windows.
Yeah, there's just a cavity between the room, which is terrible because like there's no potential for jerking it now.
Someone fucking stop me.
I'm not gonna. We got Wi-Fi, so Steven can get all of his Japanese tentacle hentai.
So,
You can. You should just go
Fair.
straight over to www.facebook.com/william.herd and check out a sweet fucking review of an anime.
let's
that
not
I
even go there.
put up.
That's not even bloody. Get out that kid. He's a fucking someone else.
I don't follow too many people from Newcastle, but William Hurd definitely on my list of people I follow for his reviews.
They're top.
I
tier.
bring it up every time I
Yeah,
speak to
top
you,
tier.
Jake Lowe, or Jack Braithwaite. Every time I see them, I'm just like, fucking Wills. He doesn't do it anymore,
He
does he?
doesn't. He got rid of me from Facebook a while ago.
Did he
He
really?
thought I was making fun of him. He added me back recently. I immediately went onto his wall to check for some fucking sweet anime reviews. He hasn't done them for a while. I'm so upset.
On my Facebook, I don't know my Facebook on my phone.
Another thing I usually do is I sometimes, if I've got a decent week planned, I'll go about talking about what's going to happen there. But because we're going to do another podcast at the end of the week,
We could,
we'll just save it.
we
Really.
could tease. We could be like,
Tease.
oh.
Yeah,
I mean, we're looking at going to the fucking the zoo.
yeah, we're going to see some animals.
Animalias.
Some
Gonna go to Minotaur. I don't know if everyone knows what that is. It's an enormous comic book store in Melbourne, as well as the legendary 3-story EB Games,
yeah,
because that's amazing. There's this. It's 3 stories tall, and there's a basement. The basement is a zing. The first floor is for games. The second one's exclusively for Nintendo,
yeah.
so Pokemon and stuff like that. And the 5th floor is like a trading card game area where you can play trading card games, and sometimes they'll have DSs set up there, and there'll be like events where people go and like do a tournament of Pokemon and stuff. It's really fucking sick.
Dude, I don't know if you knew this, but last time I was in Melbourne, when I visited that 3-story EB Games, was what got the lads into Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I brought that like triple deck Yu-Gi like golden box thing like from
okay.
yeah, I bought that as soon as I saw it in that bottom floor zing. Went back to the hotel room and we played a couple of duels with just those 3 decks. We were just like swapping in and out. And
I hear those cards are really good for tournaments. because almost all of them are illegal.
Yeah. And then, like, the next day, we went back and brought, like, everyone brought, like, their own decks and
How do you spell herd?
HIRD.
HIRD.
Yeah. Tomorrow we're going to watch the fucking Mayweather and McGregor fight.
William C. Herd?
Yeah.
Oh, he unfriended me. What a fucking,
everyone.
what a fucking absolute... but his wall is, like, his photos are full of, like, anime memes.
Oh, fuck. Another thing about that Cameron kid I was telling you about.
Is that his room?
I hope so.
Full of anime?
Oh, my God. Oh, what the fuck is that?
If you haven't done yourself the pleasure, go to William Herd's profile. She's like, there's a photo of a lady with black hair wearing a black dress laying down on her side, and she's holding up like a GoPro in between her fingers. There's also a photo of his room, which has like what I'm assuming is drawings he's drawn sprawled all over the wall. All these waifus. If this happens to grace the ears of William Herd, I'm not making fun of you. I want to make that clear.
We just want to have fun with you.
It's just...
Hey, he's got a girlfriend. He's still better than me.
He's had way more girlfriends than me. Is that him, DJ?
Yeah. Oh, fucking... Does he DJ as well? He goes to a club wearing anime and Fallout shirts. Really? There's no way he's a DJ.
He used to be selling Fallout as well. I remember him talking about Fallout. I don't blame him. I was never that into Fallout.
Yeah, no.
But like I got Fallout 4 because I'm that kind of scrub. Damn, like I had a lot of fun with them. Really,
they're really good games. Another thing about that Cameron kid, he's basically just like a younger Will Herd. Because
do you remember when Will Herd took like a week off to play? What was it, like MW2? MW2 came out and he got his mum to let him take a week off to play it.
Yeah.
I remember in the first day he got 24 hours gameplay.
So before this Cameron kid will work, like he'll either come to work half an hour early to order a pizza or order one when he's going home. But any day he's not working, which because he's left school and is working here, is just like 1 or 2 days a week, he'll get a pizza delivered to him. So he legit has Pizza Hut every day of the week.
Oh, my God.
And anytime I deliver to him, he comes to the fully front door wearing an anime shirt.
Oh, dude. I
always have to hold back laughter.
Because I was a crew trainer, so you get free meals.
Yeah, I don't think I could handle having the same fast food every day.
It wasn't every day. It was like 5 days a week because those are the days I worked.
That would still be too much for me.
Well, you get to a point where it's like, either I can go and buy something or I can have this free meal. Yeah. And I'd rather the free meal. It's really good, though. I quite like getting free McDonald's. It's great.
Yeah. No, it's nothing wrong with free food. Nothing wrong with it. Do we have to book a table for that sports bar place tomorrow?
I can do it on the app, so I'll do that.
Yeah.
We're going to a place called the Sporting Globe. We're going to book a table with a beer tap on it.
Does it have a TV on the table?
I don't know that one will.
No.
But there are lots of TVs.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a tap than a table.
Yeah,
so it's got a beer tap on the table, but like not one of those shitty ones with a bottle. Whatever's there. Not one of those shitty ones that's like a bottle that they fill up. You order a beer and then you can fill up your own cup with like a tap that's equivalent to the ones at the bar.
How much is a tap?
I don't know. I think it's a little bit.
What's the place called?
The Sporting Globe.
Sporting Globe.
Really good food as well. This hotel also comes with a veranda. Any one of those we're driving there, so it'll be right. Oh, actually, no, we won't be driving there. We're gonna have to, because if I'm drinking, I can't drive.
Yeah, just keep talking a minute.
So we're going to do top 10s, and that will include my top 10 TV shows, and both mine and Steven's top 10 video games.
That is correct.
Oh my god, he's deleted so much. Left the He started at the university, this is William Hurt again, by the way, started in the University of Newcastle, New South Wales, in February of 2016, left in April, 2 months. To, I assume, study anime babes. Oh, Jesus Christ. I haven't had that much fun with someone's Facebook page in a while. Probably... I'm not sure. Jesus Christ. I just moved into a new house recently as well, which was really good. We built a new home.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about that like last year.
We're building a new house, and it's finally built, and we're in. It's really good.
It's cool.
Done really well. Very expensive. I think in total it was $450,000 for the house. Just, a bit of money. My car's only worth $4,000, so that's like too many of my cars. Over 100 cars. Which is, pretty crazy.
Richmond apparently is the closest one.
Probably. Richmond shouldn't be too hard to get to.
Yeah. No, it's down that main road, so probably just catch a train. I'm gonna make a booking while this is going.
You may as well.
Yeah.
Should we start on the list then?
Yeah, you start on your top 10 TV shows one. So I'm not doing mine because I did it with Xavier back in I think it was the fourth episode maybe. I think this will end up being episode 12. But yeah, I'll quickly go through my top 10 just because this will have changed by now easily because there's stuff I've watched since then that I've either taken stuff on the list or just moved up quite a bit. But 10 was Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., 9 was Arrow, 8 was iZombie, 7 was Vikings, 6 was Prison Break, 5 was Doctor Who. No, I changed this on the day actually. 5 was Spartacus, Doctor Who. I put in the honorables. 4 was The Walking Dead. 3 was Breaking Bad. 2 was Game of Thrones, and 1 was Sons of Anarchy. So yeah, you jump in.
Wait, I just got to look up something real quick. Number 1 is FLCL.
Weirdest anime. He typed into Google weirdest anime. Would we be going into events the rest of it?
An event would be a birthday or whatever.
Okay.
All right, scratch the weirdest anime list. Okay, number 10 is Teen Titans, the old one, not Go, because Go's not as good. It's more aimed at kids now, but the other one was really good. Definitely my favorite, because I really liked all the superheroes and stuff. Number 9 is Adventure Time, which I like for reasons everyone likes it. Number 8 is Scrubs, because it was fucking hilarious, as well as
Wait,
a moral crisis.
So, you already up to 8?
Yeah.
Okay, slow down.
Oh, I don't have a lot, my reasons are pretty cut and dry.
What was... No, okay.
Number 10, Teen Titans.
Okay, yeah. That's a really fucking good show.
Yeah. Number 9 was Adventure Time.
Because I never got into it.
Some people don't get into it. I quite like it because the plot's pretty good, and among other things. Number 8 is Scrubs, because it's fantastic. Number 7 is Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, because the writing's really good. And a bunch of other stuff, really. It's just really motivating. Not motivating, but I'm just trying to make up words. Not make up, but goddamn, I'm so good at speaking. The Batman, 2004. Animated Batman series. I don't know if you ever watched it. It's kind of obscure. That was just really good because it was well done.
What number was that?
That was number 6.
I guess. Yeah.
Number 5 is Rick and Morty. Everyone really loves Rick and Morty. I don't agree that it's literally the best show in the world. It's probably the 5th best, judging by my list. Number 4 is Avatar. Both of them, like The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra. People really shout on Legend of Korra, but it was really good.
That's pretty good.
You haven't watched Legend of Korra.
I was talking about Avatar.
Last Airbender was really good. I rewatched Last Airbender every year, as well as Legend of Korra. And that was just fantastic. So good. So much character development, and it's crazy. Number 3 is Steven Universe, because I'm a man-child. And 2, Gravity Falls. Plot's really good. The design of the show is really good. It got way better towards the end, because there was a lot of mysteries in it that got solved and were solved in very interesting ways. Number 1 is Lost.
Oh,
the fucking, what was it, 2006 TV show?
2004 even.
Yeah, no. Stephen was a part of Lost today. He got to bang Kate.
Yeah, I did actually. My plane crashed. Shout out to Bone. We were talking about we were about a corner away from the airport where I was just like, wouldn't it be funny if my plane crashed today?
Did Bone drive you?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess airport parking. So that's what's fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, Mum and Dad were in Sydney, so.
Do you remember that episode of Lost when?
Yes.
Yes. Before he.
The one episode.
Yes. Do you remember the one episode of Lost? It was pretty much one episode with the way I binge watched it. Hurley bought out the entire plane's worth of tickets so that people didn't die in the plane crash.
Yeah.
And then they tried to put people on, and I was like, no, I bought every plane ticket. It reminds me of the story of this guy who bought out a row of seats in a cinema. Bought the entire row and had all of the tickets for it. Because it was a particular row that was right near the door, so, mums could duck out with their kids. They were going to go see, Finding Dory. And, This mum's trying to sit down, and he was like, no, you can't sit there, because I bought out the entire room. This is my seat, you can't sit there. And she was like so pissed and went and got the manager to like yell at. And the manager comes in and looks at his tickets, and it's like, well, he's bought the entire row, so there's nothing I can do. Like, it's his entitlement. She has to sit like 4 rows back, and this young couple walk in, and they go to sit down in that row. And the mum's like, you can't sit there. He's bought out the entire row. And the dude was like, no, you're cool, you can sit there. Because they didn't have a kid. So he was just being a cunt to her because he had a kid. And she like stormed out and got the manager and like demanded that he let her sit there. And he was like, you can't. And she like got so upset that she left with her kid, and her kid was like in tears because her kid just wanted to watch fucking Finding Dory. And she was just like an absolute cunt.
That's so fucked.
That's fucked up. I would like...
People see what they want to fucking say.
I feel like when I was young, I was really sensitive about that sort of thing. So, like, if that happened, I think I would remember it to this day.
If they were sitting at the row that was closest to the door, what is wrong with them getting up and leaving halfway through? What the fuck? So also, it looks. I don't know if the VIP booths were the things, but yeah, we have to get there by 12 tomorrow.
12, that'll be fine.
Yeah.
Either we can get there by 12. We probably won't have to book a table. We can probably just go in. Or I'll call them tomorrow if you want and make a reservation.
I'm just booking it now. But this one's saying that so to make a booking, it has to be by 12.
By 12. We have to get there by 12.
Yeah. Just fine.
Do you have any moments like that when you were a kid, like that you really remember either being as really bad or really good?
So when I was in primary school, it's another movie theatre one. My friend, whose name is Jack, his dad took us to see Watchmen. Yes, please. When it first came out into cinemas. I just want to finish.
You have two.
No, I'm good. Yeah, his dad took us to see Watchmen when it first came out. I don't know if you've ever seen Watchmen.
I like the
Zack Snyder, like,
yeah,
really gritty not superhero movie.
Probably for kids.
No, definitely not. I don't know why the theatre people decided to let this dude and two Deadpool, like, I could get behind because it's got its violence, but like it's still comedic. Whereas Watchmen was just really fucking gritty, and oh fuck yeah! I just remember going in. It was after the attempted rape scene where I just had to leave. No, actually, it wasn't. It was after that where I was just like, "What kind of movie am I watching?" And then it was after the prison scene where the dude's bloody arms get chainsawed off, and I was just like, I'm just gonna go outside real quick because I was feeling really sick. I just stood like outside at the entrance to the bloody cinema we were in, and some dude just walked up and was like, "You okay?" I'm just like, "I'm good."
I was watching Watchmen. I remember going to see Star Wars Episode 2 with my dad.
Whose fucking parents let like 10-year-old kids go in to see Watchmen and don't even realize halfway through that this is not suitable for children? And what kind of cinema staff allows that?
What kind of parent like doesn't notice that one of the kids is gone halfway through? Like just permanently gone. Fucking fuck. I have a memory of a kid. Well, no, it's not of a kid. When I was a kid.
I remember a kid.
I remember a lot of kids. Rapey. Not good. Anyway, when I was a kid, I was in the store and I like had gotten, you know how they sell those big pallets of like cream soda in those little bottles? I got one of those out of a pallet and I was asking my mum for it, and she was like, "Yeah, you can have it." And then I was like, I'm clumsy now. I was way more clumsy as a kid. I dropped things a lot. I dropped it. It landed in such a way that like it flipped around a lot and then it landed on its bottom, and it just sprayed this lady with cream soda, and she was so angry, and she was like, she started yelling, and she like went to like slap me. And when I was young, like probably up until I was like 4, I was 6 at the time. Up until I was 4, my parents were in the Navy, so like, and then they left when I was 4. But even 2 years after that, like my mom was still pretty fit, and fucking she went to like slap me. She raised her hand, and my mom jumped a fucking trolley and just started like laying into this bitch.
Jesus.
She just like fucking went ham on her. I really remember it very specifically. Just my mother beating the shit out of this lady.
Yeah,
Just
that's
let me.
fucked.
It's crazy. I don't remember much else about being a kid because I've got a shit memory.
Yeah, no, they expect the place to like really fucking sell out quick because it's such a high profile event, so they can only guarantee priority entry, which is what I'm getting until 12.
Oh yeah.
What else have we got planned during the week? Minotaur, zoo. We said we might go to the aquatic centre.
Yeah, go for a swim. Probably go to the aquarium as well.
Yeah.
If you're down. The aquarium is literally my favourite place in the world. Any aquarium, I love. The Sydney Aquarium is great. They've got dugongs there.
Yeah, I've been to that one. I think the last time I went was, I think when I was in year 8 and I was doing the marine subject at school. Can't remember what it fucking was, but I was doing it. I was going on that trip to the marine biology with Hayden.
You either take marine biology or like software, not software. What was it? Was it
IPT?
IPT, yeah. With Mrs. Kennedy. God, if Jake Lynn was
with
Jack Braithwaite.
Kennedy might be ICT.
It might have been. Yeah, I can either take marine biology or that, and I chose that. That and food tech. Food tech was great.
I did French for a while.
Yeah, fun. You went to France.
Yeah, I just played Peggle.
You got me.
No one in France speaks French. I mean, they can, but they all speak English and speak it pretty often. Just imagine that no one in France actually knows how to speak French.
I think that's what you meant. It's non-spoken. You're like, how do you say? Do you speak French in French? Vive la France. Vive la French.
Parlez-vous français?
Parlez-vous français? And they're just like, what? Fucking say anything?
Oh fuck! You're staying for me.
Would you say that more people in Canada speak French than in France?
I haven't been to Canada. I can fucking tell you.
Mate, you should go to Canada.
One day.
Apparently in China and Japan, it's really hard if you're like learning Chinese or Japanese to speak those languages to those people, because everyone sees someone who's white and wants to practice their English on you and see if it's any good. So people will not speak to you in their respective languages. They will speak to you, even if you're speaking it, they will speak to you in English to test their English on you. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
I know, like, a lot of people when they go to Japan, they'll say, like, when I went to Japan, you know, I would ask people if they spoke English, and they'd always be like, a little bit. And they fucking spoke perfect English every time. They're, like, really good.
A couple of places I got recommended was the art gallery, which I'll probably go to because I like art. Plus 39 Pizzeria. I don't know if you've been there, but apparently this Italian chick I know said that it's the best pizza she's ever had, so I trust that.
She hot?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's got a boyfriend, but she's hot.
Soccer's got a goalie, man. It doesn't mean you won't get shot. Look, I use that metaphor loosely, and it may not be exactly correct, but you get
that's a metaphor. I don't know. It's an analogy.
I don't know. Is it?
Yeah.
Could be a metaphor for something.
War Memorial and Botanic Gardens. So I'll probably check those out on the day.
The Botanical Gardens will take you like an hour and a half. We can go there tomorrow if you want.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's probably better at night. So like after, like at 4 when the
they said to check out the War Memorial at sunset. So.
Probably the best out of that list that I've already forgotten is the Botanical Gardens. They're pretty nice. Probably not at the moment because it's winter, so it's hard for everything to grow. But
the other place I'm going to check out is Milk Chocolate, which I just saw a video on Facebook. Apparently the drinks themselves aren't great, but the preparation is just fucking incredible, so I'll check that out one morning.
You know what Lindt chocolate is?
Yeah.
There's a lot of places here that are Lindt chocolate.
Dude,
that's right. There is a Lindt cafe in Sydney. I was wondering because there was like a terrorist attack in the Lindt cafe. What an odd place to do a terrorist attack. People sitting there drinking their fucking... Because it's expensive as well. It's not cheap coffee. People sitting there drinking their fancy fucking Kappa lattes and whatnot. Someone's just like, you know where I want to fucking have a siege? There. That's what I want.
Right there.
Right there. So there was probably someone sitting there with like an AK, and they're like, heard someone order.
Yeah, just sitting there with an AK.
Just sitting there with an AK, and they heard someone order, and it was like, they're like, "Oh, I'll take a fucking decaf, fucking semi-shot, cafe mochaccino."
Someone say something.
And they're like, "Fucking, that's the most pretentious cunty order I've ever heard. I'm gonna fucking shoot you." Did anyone die in that? Am I being really insensitive right now?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it was just a hostage situation.
I hope people
and
didn't
eventually
die.
got dissolved.
And I hope people didn't get scarred for life from it, because that can happen pretty.
Like being taken to see Watchmen when it made me never want to watch that movie again, but I watched it recently and I watched it like last year. It's a really fucking good movie.
If we ever do, speaking of the rape scene in Watchmen, if we ever do a top 10 movie list, watch out for Shawshank Redemption of mine.
Yeah. I still need to see that.
You haven't seen it? I've got
I
it on my
don't care
laptop. We should
for it.
watch it.
I don't care for it. Everyone's just said, "Oh, it's one of the greatest movies of all time." I'm just like, you've made me not want to watch it because it's not going to live up to the hype.
It is literally IMDb's number one.
I know, but I also haven't seen the first two Godfathers, and I know I'll probably like them more.
Neither have I.
I know I'll probably like them more because
you would be surprised. We should watch it later tonight.
Yeah, right.
If you don't want to watch it, we can watch Forrest Gump instead. Shawshank Redemption or Forrest Gump, your choice. You don't like Forrest Gump?
I like Forrest Gump, but I've seen it enough.
There isn't enough Forrest Gump. It's just remember that scene when he was running?
There is enough for me.
Do you remember that scene when he was running?
For one scene?
That one scene when he was running.
Yeah. With a lot of movies, there's a limit to how many times I need to watch it.
I know.
I think I've that with Forrest.
I rewatch things a lot.
I can rewatch them, but it'll take a lot to get me to want to rewatch something that I don't care enough for. I don't think Forrest Gump made my top 100, so...
Really? Forrest Gump made my top 10.
Way to stop spoiling the list now.
Watch out for that on my top 10.
We're not going to do the top 10 movies.
We are going to do top 10 video games, however, which we should start.
Alright, I'll go first, because you did your list, and we can end on your number one.
Take all your money.
Yeah, don't.
I want to count it, though, because I like counting money.
Yeah.
I feel good.
I think there's a $1 coin in there as well.
Also 10-cent coin, I think.
$2.10 in there.
You ever held, like, $2,000?
No.
I held 4 to buy my car, because I paid for my car in cash, because I'm a drug lord. And, holding $4,000 is really satisfying and really uneasy.
Actually, I think I have, because I do the banking for work quite a lot. And they've probably... No, yeah, we've definitely held over $2,000 in cash on my way to the bank. Which, I'll tell you what, you want to know what's settling? Walking around Mount Hutton with that much cash in your pocket.
I was walking around, like, the middle of buttfuck nowhere, Melbourne, near a car dealership at fucking 6 a.m. with $4,000 in my pocket, and I was just like, for some reason, I was like, someone's going to mug me. Someone will know that I've got a lot of money. Mount Hutton wasn't that bad, was it? Really?
I don't think I've told this story in the podcast, but I'll tell it now. So, not many people at Mount Hutton work during the daytime. It's mainly just me, the boss, this guy named Edmund.
I thought you meant, like, in Mount Hutton. I was like... Oh, because I mean, like, I don't know how popular it is in Newcastle, but you got, like, the houses areas in...
Yeah, no, Windale, Gateshead, Mount Hutton are the, like, main housing commission area.
Houses.
Yeah, around... I don't know about the entirety of Lake Macquarie, but, like, around they're you know, so it's the shoddy area that around
It's kind of like the Stinky Corner.
Yeah.
What's that called? Is that the Stinky Corner, or what is it? It's just the part of the lake that smells like shit.
Anyway, so one of the days that I was working at night, but the boss and Jake Burton were working during the day, the boss told me to look at the security footage of what happened early in the morning. And these two people, like construction workers.
Oh, do you work at the Pizza Hut at Mount Hunt?
Yeah.
Oh, not Mount Hunt, sorry, fuck, that's my university campus. At Mount Hunt.
Yeah.
The one that's like around.
It's the only one around us.
I didn't know that one existed.
It's the only one
like
around us.
very late in living. And is there a Blockbuster near it still?
Yeah,
that was there for the longest time.
Yeah, they're supposed to be renovating that whole shopping area. but it hasn't started. And it's supposed to be done by the start of next year.
Renovating shopping centres always takes like years. They were renovating a shopping centre near me, and it took like I think it took like 24 months, maybe 26. It took a very long time. It was unreal.
Well, the one part was supposed to be done by now, and it hasn't even started. Anyway, yeah, so I was looking at the security footage. 2 construction workers had ordered a meal online, and if you've ever ordered Pizza Hut online, it comes up with like a decent breakdown of all your costs. And so they ordered this meal of like 2 pieces of drink and a garlic bread, and things like stuffed crust or adding prawns or chicken will add like extra money because they're special items.
Yeah.
And these guys ordered a meal which cost like $29.95 pickup, and they ordered prawns and stuffed crust on one of their pizzas. So that adds like $6. And so when they were just like, when they came in and Jake was just like, yeah, that's $35.95, they're just like, excuse me? And he's just like, it's $35.95 for your meal. And he read from back their order. She's like, no. And he picked up the sign out front that had the meal deal written on it. She's like, I ordered this. It's $29.95. And he's just like, yes, but because you had one of your pieces with stuffed crust and one with prawns, it adds that extra money. Which was like, no, I ordered in the meal deal. It's $29.95. And it's just like, yes, but that's just a base cost, and these extra items add on to that. And she's like, nah, fuck off. Get me a manager. So the manager comes out, right? Brother Nirav comes out, and he's just like, what's going on? And Jake explains the situation, and this guy's just like, I fucking ordered the meal deal, $29.95. And the guy's and Nirav's just like, yeah, but these items add extra. He's just like, nah, this is fucking bullshit. And just walks out. And so we've made the pieces at this stage, right? So Nirav just follows him out. She's like, mate, we made your food that you ordered. You have to pay for it. And we're just like, no, this is so fucking... No, this is fuck. I ordered...
They were tradies too. Like,
yeah.
It's not like they fucking don't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
I don't know
it's
how,
an extra $6 as well. Like,
my friend Mitch, we joke about him often in my group of friends. He's 24 and he owns his own house. And he's a plumber. So, like, he makes a lot of fucking money. He owns his own house, and he's not hurting for money at the moment. He's just bought, like, his second motorbike for $18,000. So he's, like, really not hurting for money at all.
Yeah, so anyway. So they keep arguing outside, and they're just like, whatever, dickheads, just fuck off. And so he walks back in the store. These other guys, they come back in. We're just like, this is fuck. Give us our fucking food for $29.95. And Nirav and Jake just like, nah, dude, just go before we have to call security. They walk around back, and as Jake's starting to walk, there's in our lobby area there's just this cracked bit of floor, and so we put a wet floor sign over it just so no one steps in it and like slips or anything. And so he picks up a plastic wet floor sign, fucking lobs it at Jake's head.
Oh my god!
And Jake fucking ducks and like crashes into the drink fridge, which I thought this is made of glass, so it was lucky it didn't smash. And then just fucking storms out and leaves. I'm watching it back on the tapes, not hearing the audio, just hearing that like story retold to me a couple of times. I was just fucking losing my shit.
I think I've told this story on the podcast before, because I'm going to do this podcast, so I definitely haven't. But I had to ban someone from Hungry Jack's. It wasn't just someone. It was a group of 7 teenagers.
Wow.
I had to ban them from Hungry Jack's. I wasn't like a manager, I just told them they were banned. It had literally no reinforcement behind it other than that I said they were banned. It carried weight because one of them came back later and with their mum and were like, your kid is banned from Hungry Jack's. She cannot enter this like building. But they were like, they would come in and they would order exclusively from the Penny Pinchers menu, which is fine. You can do that. Yeah. I don't give a fuck.
It's fair.
They would order like $2 worth of things, and they would like take 30 serviettes, and they would just trash wherever they were sitting. With like,
yeah, those guys.
One time, like they ordered a drink and they didn't drink any of it. They just poured it onto the table.
What is the
and
point
left
of
the
that?
cup upside down. Like, I don't know what the fuck the point of that was, but they just did that. And then they had come in this one time and ordered. And I noticed them because you notice these kids. It was during school holidays. They were in there every fucking day because I was also in there every fucking day, so I knew. And they come in and they all order like frozen drinks because it's really hot. It's summer, so they're ordering frozen drinks. And they're fucking doing their typical thing of making a mess. One of them comes up and orders another frozen drink afterwards. They've made a mess. I walk out to the front counter because like the way the burger room was structured was like there was basically like a bar between front counter and burger room, and you would slide things across and you could walk around the left side.
Yeah, that's the same as
Most fast food places.
no, just the fucking I can't remember the sort like Glendale Hungry Jacks. It's got the same structure.
Anyway, so I walk around and I look at them and I'm like, you kids come in here every day, don't you? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, you fucking make a mess every day as well. I know because I'll either have to go and clean it or one of our staff members will. And they're like, yeah. And I was like, you guys are fucking banned from this Hungry Jacks because you just continuously make a mess. You're no longer welcome on this premises. Leave now, otherwise we will call security and the police. And like they start to like get up and leave really pissily, like they're fucking slow and like bitching about it. And one of them, the one that ordered a new drink, fucking threw it across the counter. And like over the counter and it landed in the fry dump. So like that was just fucked. I had to clean that then. I was like fucking furious and I was like, you better fucking leave because I am going to call the police now. Like I'm just gonna fucking skip security straight. You're gonna get fucked. I just wanted them to leave.
Yeah.
I wasn't really like that like it was annoying to clean, but it was basically like 20 minutes till I got out of work, so I didn't overly care, but it was still annoying regardless. But fuck, man, they were just so pissed. And then like one of them came back with their mum, and I was like, the person on the front counter, just like, oh, they can't come in here. They're banned from the store. You can come in and order for them and take it outside to them, but they are not allowed in the store anymore. And like the mother was a typical like, can I speak to your manager kind of mother? So she was really fucking pissed off.
Soccer mom.
Yeah. Oh, it was good. It's good times. Great hits.
The closest stuff I had to that was these three like younger teenage girls, like 13 to 15 years old, came in, and the manager served them, and he came back to me and was just like, because the security guard came in, I was just like, oh, what's going on? And he was talking to these girls and the manager, and I was learning how to make pizza at the time, so I was just making in the background, just watching, like, through a little gap, just looking at what's going on. And after, like, 5 minutes, the boss comes in, and those three girls leave, and he's just like, I was just like, oh, what's going on there? He's just like, those three are no longer allowed in the entire shopping centre, because they've just, I don't know what they did.
Shoplifting.
Probably. And apparently they smoke quite a bit. And one of them actually wasn't even a teenager. She was like 9 years old.
Oh.
So these three like extremely young girls are smoking. And so their mum, or like, I don't know if it was their mum, but like a carer, is talking to the security guard outside, comes in, orders like one pizza, waits outside for it to be made. I go out, take it to him, and she's just like, yeah, don't worry, mate, we won't be coming back here. I was like, it's probably for the best.
Jesus Christ. I've seen people getting talked to by, like, the police. Like, I walked out the exit of this shopping centre, and the police were trying to search this, like, group of teenagers' bags. They're all teenage girls.
Mm.
And they're, like, trying to search for their bags. They're like, you need to show us your bags now. Because we've had a lot of reports of you guys shoplifting. And, like, it was pretty embarrassing for them.
Yeah.
You ever shoplifted before? You have actually once.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Oh,
You and I have once stolen an Xbox Live gold card.
oh my god, we did too. Oh yeah, we wanted to see if it worked.
Yeah.
Did it?
No, it didn't.
No.
It has to be activated by purchase.
Yeah.
I when I was younger, I shoplifted.
See, we didn't really shoplift anything. We shoplifted a bit of plastic.
We shoplifted the equivalent of a piece of plastic, which didn't work.
I think one thing I did when I was like really young, like 6 or 7, was after I got picked up from school, and I was in like, I was definitely young, because I was in like kindergarten or year 1 at the time. Mum took us down to Mount Utton shops down at Woolworths, and while she was loading up her items onto the counter, I just slipped a Kit Kat in there, and she didn't know until I got into the car and started wrapping it and eating it. She's like, where'd you get that? I'm just like, I put it with your shopping. She's like, you didn't tell me you were getting that. That's stealing, Steve. And I'm just like, oh no.
You shouldn't feel like, well, I mean, you paid for it.
Well, I was like 5 or 6 at the time. I don't know.
I like probably 12 to, I don't know, 15. I like shoplifted a bit.
Yeah, you would, you fucking hooligan.
I was a real degenerate
scum.
when I was young. I shoplifted a lot and I smoked a fair bit. Like the best. I used to shop with tech decks
Oh fuck yeah, tech decks.
because they were really expensive, and I don't want to pay
They
for them.
were like $6 a pop.
Dude, they're like $16 a pop.
Really?
They were expensive as fuck. They were really expensive. That's why I stole them.
Man, bring back the real toys in shopping centres, in like Woolies and Coles and that. Fuck, those were the days. I remember going to Coles once a week with Dad and him letting me buy one pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oh my god!
And I was like, that was the highlight of my week all week. And when they got rid of them, I was just like, well, I don't even care about life anymore.
I remember buying a pack of Naruto trading cards.
What? Oh, you stupid fucking moron. You stupid dickhead. Just take the tackle, you fucking wet blanket.
Well, like, I mean, it wasn't, that terrible, Stephen. Jesus.
He was. He was like 20 minutes in. He could have just taken
buying
the
a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh. No, yeah,
That was terrible.
Let's get into this fucking video
At
game.
least I didn't review it.
So my number 10. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a pretty big fan of professional wrestling. So my number 10 is WWE
Big
2K
bass fishing.
Sega Bass Fishing.
Sega bass.
WWE 2K16/17. Those are the only two games. I think I played like a little bit of 15 when it was a free game, but I'd already bought 2K16 up like before that, so I didn't play much of it. They're just like really fun games. Being able to muck around with like making different matches between old
And
wrestlers.
character creator as
Yeah,
well.
no, character creators is so great. I've had a couple nights with some of the lads where we just spent like 4 hours just making our characters, not letting anyone see them, and starting like
We
a
did that at fucking
6-person.
Braithwaite's
We
house.
did
It
it
was
at
so good.
Jack's.
We're all
It
sitting
was-
inside Jack's kitchen.
We had
while
fucking
someone was making the character.
Dane.
We were playing. What was yours? Mine was the 7-foot-tall old purple lady who wore gold clothing.
Yeah, and you had to end up remaking it because you didn't know that you could have three guys and one girl in
I
it.
didn't think about it. I was like, oh, it'll be alright. Because, like, she's 7 foot tall and built, so she was, like, heavy. I just thought about it as a weight class. And it was like, oh, you can't have a meatball versus a fucking... a sausage. Or whatever. Fucking... Speaking of Sega bass fishing, there's,
You need to stop going off on tangents, dude.
No. This is a good one though. There's a new system on Xbox One where you can make a looking for group post. So one of my friends constantly makes looking for group posts for Rocket League, right?
Yeah.
And whenever I see it, I will like make essentially what I mean is a response. So I will create a looking for group post because these come up on every one of your friends.
Yeah.
It's like a beacon on Xbox 360. If you remember those. It comes up on all of your friends' dashboards and like it makes a notification. I will say that I'm looking for a group in Sega Bass Fishing. Anyway, so my number 10. I thought we were going for 10-10.
Yeah, but we're talking like about them first.
You were. You've done.
So no, I
you-
wasn't.
My number 10 is Rainbow Six Siege, right? And, basically, I've been playing it for about a year now, and I put probably 16 days in it. I did actually check today. It has been 16 days that I've put into it, which isn't a lot for a lot of people, but it's a lot for me. It's a first-person tactical shooter with realistic mechanics and no aim assist, so it's pretty cray-cray. The Sharks just tried. Really good, really strategic and fun. Kind of bullshit a lot. People shit on it on Reddit all the time. It's great. Alright, so you want to talk about fucking WWE or some shit?
No, my number 9 is Injustice, the series, basically, because now that there's a second one.
I haven't played Injustice.
That's really fucking good. The story for the first one is just absolutely incredible, and what are you fucking doing?
Jerking off.
Freaking what? You're just jerking off your stomach. Fucking Christ. Yeah, no, they have great... I'm not a massive fighting game fan, but the story of them is just so fucking well done, and the fact that they managed to just span this massive comic series off the first game is just ridiculous. They're just really good for any DC
I
fan,
think
really.
they're gods among us.
They are, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
So, are you done with that? Or
The second game doesn't have Gods Among Us.
Huh?
No. It's just Injustice.
I mean, like, in the first game, you could, like, play as the Joker, couldn't you? Or am I thinking of Mortal Kombat versus DC?
No, you can play as a Joker.
Oh, yeah. How is he a god?
He's not Among Us.
Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Alright, so my number 9 is The Binding of Isaac, which is a neat little indie game by Edward McMillan, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you've heard of it.
I have, yeah.
Or played it.
Of course I fucking heard of it.
It's amazing.
It's not like it's a hidden gem.
I used to make fun of a certain person for watching someone play Binding of Isaac. Do you know?
It was someone in software. It
No. Oh, actually, yeah, it's software. I think.
wasn't Bone, was it?
No, it wasn't Bone.
Yeah.
He watched.
I know he's played.
He watched specifically Northern Lion playing Binding of Isaac, and I made fun of him because he watched like. No. No. He watched like 1,000 episodes of it. I was like, I can't believe you fucking watched that much. Reese Harrison.
Oh, fucking Reese.
I made fun of him for watching it once, which I like regret now because I watch Northern Lion play Binding of Isaac every fucking day, and it's really good, and I totally understand. It's probably the only time that I've made fun of Reese and regretted it.
I regret it. It's always fun making
Oh
fun
my god, I
of it.
remember making fun of him in the car because he indicated out of a roundabout,
So do I.
and I think
You're
it's.
supposed to.
I've watched cops and in front of cops not indicated off of
They're
road
cops. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, but they don't book you for it. It doesn't really matter.
No,
when I'm
but,
when I'm approaching a roundabout, if I do a right turn, I just put my round indicator on and I'm done. I turn it off when I'm done.
I don't do it all the time, but I like to.
I never do it.
I like to do it.
It's just an extra like step of bullshittery. The only time I've done it is in my driving test. I didn't even practice it. I just did it in the driving test and passed.
Oh, well done. Are you done with talking about?
I really like the Binding of Isaac.
Yeah,
It's
it looks good.
There's my favorite part is like the synergy aspect of it. So basically, like you pick up, it's a dungeon crawler where you pick up items.
Yeah.
And the items will synergize with other items in very not particular ways, but like they'll do crazy things. And there's thousands of items, and then
Oh, you absolute dickhead! He just fucking threw the ball in front of him. There's 5 minutes left. You absolute numpty. I was about to complain that they bloody put Gal on the bench, but then Roof just did something like that. Fuck off. Sorry, continue.
even more combinations. There's thousands and thousands of combinations. Anyway, on to fucking number 8.
My number 8 is Minecraft. Because it's such a fucking replayable game. I've been playing it since like year 9, I think, and there was a great period of time between like I want to say like the start of this year and like 2 years where I remember a ton of maps that a bunch of us made, so I probably can't remember a specific one that was just you and Bailey.
Me and Bailey,
Fucking kicked it at the post.
me and Bailey were making the school, Morris Bay High School.
Oh no, yeah, I helped at that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me and Bailey spent a significantly large amount of time on it.
Yeah, no, I only really came into like decorations and stuff.
Yeah, I remember me and him talking about it.
Yeah, no,
And it was like-
you'd built like actual plans for it and everything. You
Yeah,
tried to put so much detail into that.
and it started off really well. We got
Yeah.
a lot of it done, but
Yeah, no, I remember helping just like finish off C and D block. I don't remember doing anything past that.
no, me and Bailey put a lot of time into it because I remember we were doing like let's build style things. And does Aiden watch this? No? Okay. If Aiden White watches this, I'm sorry, but
Link it to him.
me and Bailey were talking about. We're just talking whilst we do it, and Bailey was talking about how when he plays with like Aiden, he could never talk and build. Aiden would always like laser focus on one thing or the other, so he would be like on, which isn't necessarily bad. It's good in a lot of circumstances, but it has its withdrawals. Same with being able to talk and do things. But Bailey was like, I really prefer to let's build with you because you actually talk and build. So it's like we can talk and stuff gets done.
Man, I miss the old Bailey.
I really miss the old Bailey. He used to be cool.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, it's just such a fucking replayable game. As I said, there was this period of 2 years where I didn't touch it, but then I think it was before.
I got a great story about
it was before seeing Rogue One, I think, where a bunch of us were at Reese's, and we played some Minecraft just to fuck around.
Has Reese become a character in your group? Give him
He's like a side character.
He seems like he's there, but it's just like not.
He's not in like.
He
He's
seems
not
like he wants to be more
group chat.
appreciated.
He's not in the group chat, but people like.
Dude, I never got to grace the group chat.
I was speaking after like the last Shindig things. I was like, "What the fuck is he saying in the group chat? Everyone gets along with him." Oh, well done, dickhead. No, but yeah, he's like him and Austin. I'd say are like side characters where we interact with them a fair bit.
Next time I come up, I need to see Austin. I haven't seen him in a long time. I joined a party with like you, Austin, and someone else.
Austin just
And
fucking
Austin,
kicked
and
you.
like I went, "Hey guys, what's up?" Austin immediately kicked me. I was like, "Okay."
So yeah, we were at Reese's before the Force Awakens, and not Force Awakens, sorry, Rogue One, and we were just fucking around with Minecraft. We went back afterwards, played a bit more, and after that, I was just like, "Fuck, this game's fun," and just went back to just building shit on it.
I was thinking something else. Me and Austin played through Fable together. That was amazing.
Oh, fuck, well,
I like really developed a friendship with Austin purely by playing through Fable with him.
then he kicked you.
Yeah, and then he kicked me. Anyway, I was gonna say with Minecraft, you showed me what is probably the saddest thing I've ever seen on Minecraft. Once, we were talking and you're like, "Oh, what do you want to play?" I was like, "Oh, what do you have with Minecraft?" And you're like, "Oh, I can show you my Monty World."
Oh yeah,
Monty
dude.
World. And
I
you're
was,
like,
I was so cut up about the death of Monty Owen from Rooster Teeth.
it was a Monty Ohm tribute
It was
world.
a tribute
It was so sad because it just reminded me that he died.
Yeah.
It was like,
I never finished that world, but I spent so much fucking time on that one Ruby statue,
yeah.
which I fucking love.
Monty was cool.
He was. I'm glad they've continued his fucking legacy so well.
Yeah. Anything more on Minecraft? Or?
No, that's it.
Alright, my number 8 is Civilization 5.
Oh,
Fucking,
ooh, the fifth one.
yeah, 5 over 6. I haven't played 6, that's why 6 isn't on.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, Dad told me the sixth was disappointing.
6 wasn't as good. It has a lot of new things in it that take a while to get. But I definitely know, like, I watch a lot of people play Civ 5 and I play it myself. I put a lot of time into it. It is definitely deserving of the place of number 8 on my list. But it's just fantastic. So much fun to play, and there's a lot of strategy in it. And if you don't want to strategize, you don't have to. You can just make a huge army and roll over people. It's a really good game. Really good multiplayer, and the single player still stands up very well. So
I'm gonna chuck fucking Age of Empires in an honorable mention. Because
I haven't played enough Age of Empires.
it was so fucking good. Alright, done?
Yeah.
Alright, my 7 is GTA 5.
Ooh,
Just because it's another game that you can always just go back to. They're still adding so much fucking content with it.
oh my
like,
god.
I had it on the 360.
Jet bikes.
Fucking jet bikes. Haven't been on with you since that came out.
I last time I was on like Crash the Plane into you. No?
It's happened a lot now.
Yeah, no, I Crash the Plane into a lot of people.
Oh, fuck. More honorable mentions are Call of Duty and Battlefield.
Yeah, they didn't grace my list.
I was going to put Battlefield 3 in there at first, but I didn't end up doing it because we had a lot of fun on Battlefield 3, especially Aiden flying a plane into me.
I didn't.
That's one of my favorite memories.
I didn't get to play Battlefield with you guys.
Oh fuck!
We've played Battlefield 1 together.
Yeah.
We didn't get 4 because I had 4 on 360 and you had it on Xbox One.
Mm.
I wasn't connected to the internet when 3 came out.
When we
I
were
played
playing
3 when it was not popular.
when we were playing 3, one of my favorite memories of Xbox of all time is me on, I can't remember what the map name is, but there's like this oil station in the middle of it, and I'll stand on top of one of the towers, and Aiden said to me, "Hey Steven, turn around," and my character just did a full 180, and the wing of his jet just fucking clotheslined me,
Oh, wow.
and we just lost our shit. There was nothing to be like so fucking giddy about, but
Do you remember
the timing
Revolutions?
was perfect. Trials.
Levolutions.
Oh, Levolutions.
In Battlefield 4, they introduced this thing called Levolution, which was you could do certain things and it would try and change up how the map plays. So there was like a skyscraper map called something.
Oh, yeah.
And you could blow up the pipe and stuff like that. Yeah. And they tried to do it in Call of Duty Ghosts with the freefall map, where the skyscraper would fall and change the map entirely. But it was terrible and no one liked it. Basically.
Anyway, yeah, GTA. I've had it since like the 360, and then I got it on the Xbox One. And I didn't play it for ages, and then I started again with you and a bunch of your friends. And it still just holds up. It's so much fun.
The only drawback on GTA 5 is that it's 30 FPS.
Mm.
And you go from, because I mainly play Siege, so I go from a 60 FPS
Yeah.
game to a 30, and it's very noticeable. Otherwise, it's fine. Probably the best thing, though, is comparing GTA 4 to it, because GTA 4,
Yeah.
like, it was really good at the time, but it just looks fucking terrible.
If you ever go back to it, it's just so shit.
It's so terrible. God.
Yeah, that's my 7.
Right, so my number 7 is Terraria.
Come on, Grove ripoff.
It's surprisingly not as much like Minecraft as everyone makes it out to be.
It's a Minecraft.
It's so isn't there?
It is.
Minecraft doesn't have bosses.
It was a Minecraft ripoff where they just added extra features to try and differentiate.
And 2D. Completely unique play styles and systems. Really good. A lot more focus on magic and stuff like that. It was fantastic. I've put probably 300 hours into it. I've played through to completion, which means from the start to basically getting or defeating the Moon Lord probably 5 times.
You're like buddy with Rocket League.
Me,
But his actually counts to something.
Cooper, maybe Bone at some point, and Callum played a cracked version of Terraria for 2 weeks straight during the school holidays.
Was that the one where
We took a break to go to Grilled.
yeah.
We were like, damn, I'm hungry. And then Cooper was like, damn, I'm hungry. And I was like, we should go to Grilled. It was the Bone was definitely there. I remember at the time he couldn't afford fries.
I also remember you talking about it last time.
Yeah.
You were down. You were up.
It's probably one of my favourite memories, playing games. We tried to play Tekken as well. Yeah, so that's my number 7.
6 is third Halo.
Halo 3.
Halo. I never played it during when it was the major Halo game going on. I went back to it, or not went back to it. I bought it after people just hey, let's play some Halo 3. Go back to those days. It was a lot of fun. It's
Do you
a
remember
great.
playing what was it, Fat Kid and stuff like that? Me, you, and I was on my Dodo internet, always red barring.
Yeah, everyone was going off at you for it.
Yeah, no, it was great.
Yeah. I just remember everyone raging at you, and I'm just laughing to my brain. God, Sam's got fucking shit.
Yeah. Now I have the best internet out of my friends. I got NBN to my fucking house. It's dope.
What goes around?
Yeah.
You had to suffer to succeed.
Yeah, man. Alright, so, anything else? Campaign?
Campaign was fucking great.
I fucking love. We should play some Halo at some point. I brought
Probably
all.
will. We probably will.
Moving on to my number 6.
Yeah.
That's Skate 3.
Mm.
I love the skate games because I used to skate,
Skate.
and it was just a lot of fun to play skate with my friends. And
Big
fuck
Bang
around.
Theory is coming to Tuesdays.
Dude,
NBN.
fucking Big Bang Theory. NBN. Why is it called NBN? That's the fucking National Broadband Network.
Yeah.
Stupid. It's shit, man.
It's
It's just Channel 9.
It'll always be NBN too.
We simultaneously drinking.
Yeah, how's that make for content? That sweet 4 seconds of just us drinking.
Alright, so move on to your number 6, I guess.
My
Multiplayer and scale was really good.
5.
5.
My number 5 is Borderlands 2. So I bought Borderlands 2 in my French trip, and because it was
Oh, you lended it to me, and
Yeah.
it was like a French copy. That's right.
it was, and the thing is, it had only just come out. It came out the day we left for France. I know that because a couple lessons before it, Xavier and Hayden were talking about how much they were excited to play it when they got back, and so I walked into a French game store, and it cost what would have equaled $30 Australian. And I was just for a new release game, that's pretty good. I had no idea about region codes and that at the time. So I just bought it. I was like, fuck yeah, can't wait to show you guys this. So I went back to the hotel and I was like, you guys check this out. I just fucking bought Borderlands 2 for $30. And Sam Thompson was just like, you're a fucking idiot. I'm just like, why? She's like, it's a French copy. It's not going to work back in Australia. I'm just like, just you fucking wait. I got home, put it in, fucking worked immediately.
Nice.
Suck my fucking fat cock, Sam Thompson.
Which one was Sam Thompson?
I don't know how to describe him. Yeah, I don't think you ever really
What's
talked
that
to him much.
Sam with a W? What was his name?
Workman?
Workman. He was a real cunt.
Yeah, I've bumped into him recently. He's nice these days.
Really? He was
Yeah.
a real cunt to me in high
He's a
school.
bartender now.
Really?
He's doing well for himself. No, yeah, there's a lot of cunts in high school who have turned around a bit.
I think it's more like the fact that you see everyone every day, so it's
Yeah.
like
So I can afford
I don't blame people for being cunts in high school because it's like you see people every day. And
How many
like,
white cunts to Reese?
I
Like
mean,
now?
I mean, I was always a bit of a cunt to Reese.
Yeah, who isn't? It's Reese. He's gonna be cunt. He probably love him anyway. Loves us for work.
How's like this is off topic, but I thought about Reese, and thinking about Reese always intrinsically makes you think about Hannah. And I was just like wondering how Green Day was.
Oh, it was really fucking good.
No, not that Green Day, other Green Day.
Oh, no, yeah, he's alright.
Yeah.
Did you meet him when you were?
Yeah, I mean, it's like calling Green Day because it's literally like
No,
the lead singer of Green Day.
As soon as I saw him, I said to Hannah, "Your boyfriend is Green Day." The name's just caught on.
Yeah.
Everyone calls him Green Day now.
It's because that's what he is.
Yeah, he's Green Day.
It's just straight up Green Day.
Yeah, no, he's a great bloke. Went bowling with him the other week, actually.
He was a really cool dude. He seemed really like. I think everyone's
Dude, we should go
good.
bowling.
Oh, we should actually.
Yeah.
We'll go to Galactic Circus.
Fuck yeah, okay. I don't know what that is. But
It's
I
an
like the sound of
enormous arcade.
it. Okay.
It's open right now.
What time does it close?
Mhm.
Let's go tomorrow after boxing.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's Saturday night, isn't it?
It's Sunday tomorrow.
It's Saturday night tonight.
Yes.
It'll be open till like 11 tonight.
Oh,
So I don't know what time we'll close tomorrow, but
Yeah.
I think it's playtime now. It used to be called the Galactic Circus, which was really cool.
no, we'll check it out. But yeah, it's fucking Borderlands 2. The entire Borderlands series are such great games. The art style is so beautiful. They got such a great blend of comedy, action. Like,
Get ready for like the least popular opinion in the world.
okay,
I fucking hate cell shading. The level of cell shading Borderlands actively gives me a headache.
really?
I only play Borderlands on PC because I mod out the cell shading.
Wow.
You should I'll look up Borderlands with no cell shading. You should have a look at it. It's actually a lot nicer than you might think.
I'm not saying it won't be nice, but I kind of find
The
Borderlands,
comedy style of Borderlands is more iconic, I think, than the art style.
I wouldn't say the art style's iconic, but it's something I definitely attribute to Borderlands. And I find it like really good. Yeah, I enjoy it. It's something different that you don't see in a lot of games like COD and Battlefield. Anyway, a lot of games try to blend into realistic graphics and stuff. I like having that difference. We're looking at the phone now.
It still looks pretty good, not cell
I
shading.
can't really notice it, honestly. One just looks like more zoomed up.
With picture that's not terrible.
Yeah, no, I fucking love the Borderlands series. I've held off because I've been saving for this. I've been wanting to buy the Handsome Jack collection and Shadow of Mordor because the next one's coming out soon, so I want to actually play the first one.
Is Handsome Jack collection available on PlayStation?
Yes.
Okay. I was just curious. I don't have PlayStation membership. I might, if you pick it up, I might go and get it because it'll be pretty cheap, and then we could do a playthrough of it.
Yeah.
I can try and play it with cell shading. Wouldn't be too bad with it, I guess.
Put some sunglasses on or something.
I guess. I'll just need a double shade.
Yeah, fucking Borderlands is great.
Borderlands is a fantastic.
If you haven't played Borderlands, fucking play it.
If you haven't played Borderlands, I would say that you should just opt to die.
Okay.
Like assisted suicides type thing. Just be like,
okay, yes.
My number 5 is the Batman by Rocksteady Studios.
Yeah, the Arkham series.
The Arkham series.
Fuck, why is that in my list? I'm a stupid cunt.
Yeah, the Arkham series, specifically the ones by Rocksteady Studios, which means not the one that we don't count.
Tell you what I hate about making top 10 lists? I always fucking forget something important, and this one's Arkham. Wait, did you say you don't like Origins?
Origins is not the best of them.
Origins is so fucking underrated, dude.
It wouldn't...
Go back and play Origins again. It's so good.
It's alright, it wouldn't make my top 10.
Knight's the worst of them.
Really? Knight was alright. I quite like Knight.
I liked Knight. I love them all, but Knight's the worst.
Origins was like...
Oh,
that's for me.
Mm.
The story wasn't as compelling.
I'm not a fan of the... No, actually, don't worry. I am, actually. Forget what
I
I'm saying.
liked Knight because it had the component of like the Joker being still in Batman's head and always toying with him even when dead. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, it was. As I said, I'm not saying I dislike Knight. I just think that it's, of the 4, it's the worst.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's your own wrong opinion, but you know. Yeah, the Batman franchise is definitely one of my
that's
favorite.
really fucking good.
It literally defined a style of gameplay.
Can we both agree that Asylum's the best?
The first one?
Yeah.
Hands down. So good. Really good. The puzzles are amazing in it. The fucking setup for Arkham City in it. They found Arkham City, like the Easter egg for Arkham City, probably like a week before the game launched.
Yeah.
It was fucking amazing. It was such a good game and really.
I finished the story of City Christmas Day. I finished it.
City was still good though.
It was good, but I finished Restoring in a day, and that fucking upset me.
Unpopular opinion for Steven, but Arkham Knight was my favorite, I think.
Okay.
I liked the
That is
aspect.
fucking weird.
I liked the aspect of finding.
Sounds best. I've settled it out.
Asylum's really good, but I like the aspect of being in the city and having to go find the extras, like the other characters of like Man-Bat and Firefly and stuff like that. I thought that was really cool. I really love doing it,
cool.
and it's probably my fondest memories is driving around finding police stations or fire stations on fire. You're so upset.
My business.
You're so upset.
Not okay. So Night's your favorite, but can we agree that objectively Asylum is the best?
Asylum is definitely the best.
Thank you.
But
That's
Night
all
is-
I need. Conversation.
Night is my personal favorite.
Okay, that's fine. Wait a second. Oh my lordy me.
What?
So kind of stuffed up when making my list.
What do you mean?
I put my numbers as 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So
I think I'm 11.
for 11.
All right, you got my top 10, Steven's top 11.
We'll just go
Don't
back.
worry, I'll add another one at the end.
Okay, cool. So I guess WWE's in my honorables. And fucking chuck Injustice off the list and put like the Arkham series above Borderlands. But yeah, my next one is actually Crash Bandicoot.
What number is this?
I don't know anymore.
Is it 4 or
I
is
think
it
it's
4?
5. I think it's supposed to be 5.
It's meant to be 4 at this point.
No.
Crash Bandicoot.
My 5 is Crash Bandicoot.
I love Crash
Crash
Bandicoot.
Bandicoot's 5th on the list. Did you get the re-release version?
I didn't. I should. I really love Crash Bandicoot. I didn't play.
The moment I looked at like the opening of the game, like the, I guess credits would be the word, but like the
Title cards.
title cards, the developer screens, like where it comes
Yeah.
up. Yeah, there's
Title
this
cards, man.
title cards. Yeah, okay. There's this. There's this one part where it's got like a bunch of boxes and Crash in like the old graphics. It's got this like conveyor belt machine on top, and like he's carrying a bunch of the Wumpa fruit, and he trips and throws them in, and they come out as the new graphics. And like you see a bunch of, and then like he just jumps in and comes out as the new graphics. I was just like, oh my fucking word!
I didn't play a lot of the Crash Bandicoot games. When I was younger, my mum let me once rent Crash Bandicoot Nitro Kart from a Video Easy, which we never returned.
Oh, dude, this looks wild.
We never returned it. Which one? This guy on the left.
No, this guy.
Oh yeah, all the pointing and talking about that. Yeah, we never returned that copy of Crash Bandicoot Nitro Kart, which was unreal. I imagine that like there's a scene on TV where they're interviewing this man who's blind, and then they're doing a big reveal 12 months later, assuming he's got sight. But I'd like to think that
How? How do you give a blind man sight?
respiratory surgery
That's a thing.
eye implants,
Why doesn't anyone just do that?
because it's very particular about things that you do. But I'd like to
Dude, just
imagine that he'll
screen
just
your eyes.
walk out with no head. Like, I fixed your blindness, you got no head.
It's just a decapitated body to line in the doorway.
Oh. So are we on to my number 4?
Crash Bandicoot. No, wait. I need to talk about it a bit first. So I had an original PlayStation, right? It was the first game console I ever owned. The only one until I got a 360. And I had Crash Bandicoot 1 and Crash Bandicoot 3. I'd never played the second until I got these remastered versions. And like after I did, well, not finish those because I was a fucking little kid. I couldn't fucking finish Crash Bandicoot. After I did like a bunch of those, I got Nitro Kart, and fuck, it was good.
I never finished Halo CE until I was 15.
I never played Halo CE until I was like 16, 17.
Really?
Yeah, until the until Master Chief Collection came out, actually.
Really?
Yeah, that's the first time I played it or 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, that's why Halo 3 is favorite is.
I never said it was my favorite.
Of the series. Made your list.
Yeah, my list isn't done yet.
You're ruining your list.
I'm not.
Spoiler alert. Okay, so my number 4 is the DayZ mod and standalone game.
Okay.
I've put probably like 600 hours into it.
Man, how many hours do you have in your life?
A fair amount. Put a lot of hours into DayZ across the mod and standalone. It has, to be fair though, like the mod has been a thing for like 6 years now.
Jesus. We're watching highlights of like the Storm v Rabbitohs game that happened earlier today, and it is just a fucking clinic. It is upsetting. If I were a Rabbitohs player, I probably would have just left the game.
It's just amazing. I found out that Tim, who was it? Tim, who was like had Aboriginal descent.
Claire?
I don't know how he is now. He used to be a pretty cool dude.
He's still cool.
He was really.
He hangs out with Bailey and them now, but I'd say he's the coolest of them.
He was really into pod when I went to school.
Basically they still are.
And like that was awesome because I was pretty into pod when I went to high school as well, and it was like just cool because I had friends that were actually into it. I remember Sam Worthington used to make it a lot of fun. Worthington? Workman? Yeah.
Stuart Worthington.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Damn it. Anyway.
Shout out to Drew.
Shout
How are you doing, you greasy head fuck? Dude, he's going fat.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's so good.
Fucking yeah, Sam Workman used to make a lot of fun of me for smoking pot, but then was really good friends with Tim. And I was just like, I think that's hilarious because Tim was like way more into pot than I was. Yeah, but the DayZ mod, I found out that I had to come across it on Grandma Charger. I was climbing a building looking for loot, and I went down to my SUV, which was an armored SUV with a minigun on it, which was full of ammo. And Tim Clare sniped me and murdered me. And I was describing that in Metalwork, and he described the character and all of the gear that I had. And I said, yes, that was me. And he was like, well, I fucking murdered you. And I was like, you're a cunt. It was great, though. DayZ, one of my favorite games. Clearly, it's number 4.
Yeah. No, my number 4 is?
What?
Red Dead Redemption.
Oh my fucking god, Red Dead Redemption.
Such a fucking good game. I think it's number 1 or 2 on Jack's top 10. Oh, fucking almost cloned Audacity.
Fun fact, Sam does not finish Red Dead Redemption 4.
I finished it once.
I have not finished Red Dead Redemption 4. I've started 3 playthroughs of it. Oh shit, honorable mention for Dishonored.
Never played.
Dishonored, really good game. Lots of fun. I brought the definitive edition if you want to have a go. And 2 as well. Really good game. Dishonored 1 and 2, both really good. I once lent my copy of Dishonored to Jack before I had finished it. And I got it.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. And I thought I was really close to the end. Turns out I was halfway through the game. And like Jack had it for... Because Jack in high school was a very attentive student who did a lot of his work, and I was not. And
so it took a very long time.
It took Jack about 4 months to finish it. And like I'd talk to... Like I think on the 4-month mark, I talked to him every day. I was like, did you fucking finish the game yet? Dude, he was like...
I've got plans, right, for a podcast based around a book series that me, Jack, and Hayden really love. And I finished Scott Over Pleasant.
I should read that.
You really should.
I've read one of them.
I think it's my favorite book series of all time.
So why she turned into spiders? Something like that.
A dude turns into a spider, yes. But yeah, so we're trying to do that, and I gave Jack my copy of the most recent book because we thought the series had finished like a couple of years ago, but he was just like, no, I still got stories to write. So he just released another one recently. I bought it immediately, read it, and I gave it to Jack to give him a read through. I still don't think he started. He told me before he went to China. He's in China right now.
Really?
Yeah.
My other friends is in China.
He told me before he left that he'll probably take it with him and just read when he's like traveling. And I'm just like, he probably hasn't taken it with him. He still probably hasn't fucking started.
Wait, he's in China. What's he doing?
He's just traveling around with his family.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
My parents have never earned enough money to take me on a foreign. I've never been outside of Australia, including to Tasmania.
What?
So, like, I've never been outside of Australia. Pretty crazy. That's what happens when you're poor.
Yeah.
Your family's very poor, actually.
Hey, how is Red Dead Redemption?
Oh
Fucking
my
multiplayer
God.
on that?
Getting
You got
a, like,
bunch
a
of
racing
people on
zebra.
multiplayer? I'm like, what?
You didn't know about that?
I don't think I remember
Once you've
zebra.
prestiged like 10 times,
Oh, never go that far.
if you prestige 10 times, you got access to a racing zebra. And it was the fastest horse in the game. You used to get the bull at max level, and you could get the racing zebra like after that, prestiging 10 times. It was the fastest horse in the game, and it was amazing.
Yeah, I remember playing just a bunch of animals shooting each other's horses constantly.
Oh my god. Shooting your own horse in the head whilst you're riding was probably the best thing ever. The best way to stop. Like, I would always walk around. I would, like, line up with a place where you tie up your horse. I would sprint at it with my horse and then just shoot it in the head and tumble over.
I remember we were
doing
going
unibeds?
we were going through like Red Dead Redemption multiplayer, naming our horse and stuff, and then we jump onto Minecraft, and this was at a stage where it wasn't updated enough to have horses in it, so we just named dogs our horses' names.
Wow.
But yeah, that's my fault. What's your three?
My 3 is a little known game called Fallen London.
Never heard of it.
No? Basically, it's a text-based game.
Oh,
where,
fuck, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I'm a
Pretentious
fucking pretentious cunt. Alright, it's a text-based game about, oh dude, this has sex scenes in it? Fuck yeah.
Oh, this is gonna get monetized.
God,
But I have enough views to monetize things.
Anyway, it's a text-based game where you play in a world where basically, hell, there was a war against hell, and the way that the war got solved is, they pulled London underground into something called, the Untersee. Like Z-E-A-Z. And, there's like, basically it gave the demons direct access to London, but it sort of knocked humanity down a peg. And, they since truce the war and demons and humans coexist kind of, but then they're not allowed in London, stuff like that. And you travel in Fallen London and do things and make your way around. You get a goal and stuff like that. It is related to my number 2 spot. But yeah, no, it's really, really fun.
You know how
It's a browser-based game.
You know how Emily Snapchat is saying, please keep Snapchat. I completely forgot to reply to that.
Oh, really? Tell her she's a fuckboy.
Hey, how's that content going for? We didn't take a drink that time.
Anyway, Fallen London, super good game, text-based. It's kind of like one of those games you've got to come back to every day because it has like a certain amount of moves you get per day.
Right.
So I think it's 24 turns a day. Really good though. Lots of fun. So what is your number 3?
My number 3 is Peggle, a fucking series.
Oh my
Peggle.
god! So you met fucking RT, Jack, Jeff, and Gavin
Yeah,
on
okay.
Peggle too.
So we thought that. Turns out we fucking didn't.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember the exact situation behind, but it was one of those confusing like first like few months of Xbox One where there was a lot of stuff happening that you had no idea about. I honestly can't remember the exact situation, but I thought I was in a game with 3 members of like Achievement Hunter, but we ended up realizing that I wasn't, and neither was Aiden. Actually, maybe like we were just trying to fucking fool people. Fuck if I know, but.
Well, like you're trying to fool people, but you're on their friends list.
Yeah, actually, no, yeah, because the first thing that like the Xbox One did differently than the 360 was instead of being friends with people, you could follow them.
Oh, yeah.
So they'd appear on your friends list, but you wouldn't appear on theirs. So yeah, we were trying to say that. Oh yeah, we were playing a game of Peggle with the Achievement Hunter guys, and they added us to their friends list.
Such a cunt. I was like, I was gonna like buy an Xbox One and Peggle for that.
So you could try and hunt down a game with them.
Jesus Christ! I was so like,
I discovered Peggle on just those cracked school computers where it just had a bunch of fucking games like GTA, San Andreas.
Oh my god,
and Peggle.
GTA San Andreas, and you could only get up to the level where you were a DJ.
And I just kept playing Peggle in French, and I think that's how me and like Xavier became good friends. And then as soon as Peggle 2 got announced, I was like, fuck it, I'm getting that as soon as it comes out. And I'm still eagerly awaiting Peggle 3 because fuck, they're just such good fun games. Me and Aiden still occasionally go, if we see each other online, we we'll occasionally just like hit up a party and be like, "Hey, you want to play some fucking Peggle?"
Sometimes I talk to Aiden, I'll be like, "You want to play Halo 5?" And he's like, "Fuck yes." And then we have a really good Halo 5 session.
Yeah.
That's like fucking amazing. Or he'll like send me a message being like, "Let's fucking play some goddamn Halo 5." And I'm like, "Fuck yeah."
Yeah, I need to talk to Aiden more. I haven't talked to him for a fucking while.
He picked me up from my grandmother's house so I could go to your party. And then we went to like the bottle. But I didn't have any ID on me, which was rough. Even though I was over 18 at the time, but it was just like,
Yeah, I'm still checking half the time.
yeah, I didn't have ID on me, and I was only trying to buy ice.
Like for drunk?
No, like I was going to fucking mouth.
Over the counter from the bottle open.
No, I was trying to buy like frozen water, and it was just like they wouldn't let me buy it. They're like, "You have to have your ID," and I was like, "This is literally frozen water."
Unless your ice is frozen vodka, then like you're fucking up, fam.
So what were you talking about?
I was talking about Peggle, but I'm pretty much done. It's a really fucking fun.
My
game.
number 2 is Sunless Sea.
What?
Sunless Sea.
Yeah, never heard of it.
Okay, so you remember that Formula 1 game I was telling you about?
Yeah.
You play as a sea captain in that, but it's like its own standalone game. So you can play as a captain who goes into the sea, and you've got to like manage your crew's insanity. And instead of being text-based, it's like actually a game that you pilot a ship and attack things and go and find out things about other cities around. It's really cool. Lots of fun. Same story-rich type of thing. The developers have put like millions of hours into just developing this really fluid story. It's really good. And that's my number 2.
My number 2 is the first game I ever owned on the 360, Halo Reach.
Oh my fucking god, Halo!
Easily what I consider to be the best of the Halo franchise. The customization in multiplayer is still unmatched. The fucking the art, I guess I'd say it. You know, just the way it looks different from every other Halo. It's just such a beautiful fucking game. Alpha Zombies, before they like started adding fan maps and changing the rules and stuff of it, was the best game mode ever.
The whole thing of the campaign when like fucking 5 of the 6 characters had who can have the most dramatic death offs. That was pretty good.
Or just leaves because fucking Jun just left.
Well, Jun like had to go and do something. He's still alive in the Halo 3 toast now, isn't he? To train like the Spartan 4s or 5s.
So, yeah. He had to escort the old lady to safety.
Yeah.
Shit. Fuck, it was just such a good fucking game.
That was so good. Really good. We played a lot of Reach too.
We did. I got to one of the very last ranks in multiplayer before I had that whole profile issue and I had to restart.
Yeah, well, it used to be for a Diddly Potter one.
For a Diddly Potter. I ended up getting my account back, but just so much. I'd done so much on Mr. Diddles by the time that I just didn't even fucking try. But yeah, I got up to I think it was like the 4th last rank, and Hayden was at like the 3rd last. And oh my, I'd clocked in so much hours in that game.
I like thought of 2 separate things. Playing Planet Side with Hayden and someone else. I forget who it was. I think it was Aiden. Me, Hayden, and Aiden used to play Planet Side 2 together on very rare occasions. I think we played it like 4 times. Yeah. It was a lot of fucking fun. I don't know if you've played Planet Side.
No, I'd heard about you talking about it, and you were just like, hey, yeah, you should get it too. I was like, yeah, maybe, but I never did.
Well, it was free, but it was like a 40 gig download. Yeah. So
actually, I think I did, and I played it for like 10 minutes. I was like, nah, I can't really be fucked.
It was like a first-person shooter that was an MMO where like the 3 factions were battling over territory all the time, which it was really good. Also, fucking, I used to play Halo Reach a lot with your literal favorite person in the world, Benjamin One.
I like him these days.
Do you? You used to not?
No, I used to not, but yeah, I don't know, just stopped and started liking him. I think just because I'd never really talked to him, I just didn't care.
He's actually like really...
He's a nice bloke.
Yeah, he is. He's pretty cool. Like I said, I used to play a little Reach with him.
Yeah.
It was really... He was like really, I don't know, like a support player, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He could always help you out.
Yeah.
It was really good. And he was always up for playing some Reach.
We played so much fucking custom games in Reach.
Yeah.
Like,
Jenga.
There were like a dozen or so people in our year that we always just log on with and just play like fucking there was Jenga, there was Speed Halo.
Yeah.
What was the one with the giant lap?
Oh, well, it was
Speed
it was
Halo.
zombies.
Speed Halo was the big ramp one.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the one with the lab?
I forget, but there were zombies and they chased you. And
Yeah,
like,
and
super high speed.
you were in Warhols with a bunch of people, and some people were, like in the side with snipers, and some people were on the back, and everyone was trying to pull off the best fucking trick shots that they could, and like Aiden and Hayden were fucking knackers at it. They were like ricocheting off against straight through their heads.
Yeah,
Fuck, those were the best days of the Xbox.
so good.
That and like the start of State of Decay.
I keep thinking about like people. I never got into State of Decay enough. State of Decay 2 is going to have multiplayer. I think I'll get into it then.
Yeah, I'll probably get into it. I remember around the start of State of Decay was when the group chat of that time was me, Hayden, Aiden, Bailey, and Tanner. And that was
Like,
the
how
time
much
when
Tanner got put in the group chat, not me.
everyone was not everyone, sorry, but like Tanner was being treated like Reese does most of the time.
Because he was a Tasmanian.
Yeah, but Tanner would fight back.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah, and this was a time where, none of us really understood fucking satire or anything. So just so many fucking arguments broke out. Oh, and Jake Bird was in that chat as well, actually. It was usually it was usually mainly like Jake and Aiden versus Tanner, and the rest of us were just listening.
God, Aiden would fight a lot of people.
Yeah. Those were days where you would kick people from parties and it just gets so fucking annoying.
He was like Warball.
Yeah.
You should do your number one.
Yeah.
I'll do mine last.
So my number one is if you couldn't tell by the Sharpie on my arm, it's the Gears of War franchise, particularly Gears of War 3.
You really shouldn't have picked up that tattoo.
Sorry, just got some fucking intense news. I'll quickly talk about Gears. I started playing. I played Gears 1 and 2 after it was very recommended to me, and then I got Gears 3 like a couple days after release, and a lot of people had the major death of that game, Dom, who had been with you throughout most of the games. It's one of like the saddest deaths in gaming, like altogether, and I think that's an objective opinion, not just mine. A lot of people had that spoiled by Austin, and that pissed so many people off, and he was just he dug himself a hole that day. Playing number 3, because that was the one I played when people were still playing it, getting to play multiplayer and Horde with them, because I think that was like the first Horde mode that many games had done. Like, there'd been Firefight in Halo, but in Horde you were allowed to like buy stuff to build your defense as well. And I know it was the first experience I had with that kind of gameplay. I don't know about other people. But yeah, there was just so much fucking fun had with Gears 3.
Have you played Gears 4?
What?
You played Gears 4?
Oh yeah, I got it day release.
Okay, I was just curious.
I fucking loved it.
I've never played a Gears 4 game.
I didn't care for Judgment, which was the Cole and Baird spin-off. But if I went back to it, I'd probably enjoy it.
I've never played a Gears game before.
I thought you should.
I think I've got one.
I think you did.
We could play splits.
Yeah.
My number one is Halo Combat Anniversary to Halo Reach. Those 4 games. Absolutely my favorite. Built an amazing universe, which I'm in the middle of reading the books at the moment, and they're just fantastic. They're really well done. The interesting thing about Reach was basically, like, because 343 worked for Microsoft, Microsoft had permitted... I'm not 343, sorry, Bungie worked for Microsoft. Microsoft had permitted someone to write the books, the Halo books, or the novelization of a lot of the games and stuff like that, and novelization of things outside of the games. The Halo The Flood is literally Halo 1, but novelized and done really well with extra parts, extra characters.
I've heard of that novel. I didn't know it was...
It is just Halo 1. It goes through the Master Chief doing things in Halo 1, and there's also extra characters like Private Jenkins, who...
he's an Easter egg in a lot of the games as well.
Yeah, he was turned into a Flood carrier form. Well, not carrier form, sorry. He was turned into a Flood combat form. And he maintained knowledge, basically. Like, he could think for himself and see and stuff like that, knew what was going on, but he couldn't control himself. The infection form controlled him that was inside of him.
Yeah.
And basically he dies because the ring blows up. But it was crazy, like really good. There's also it focuses on an elite and a grunt. The elite's name is Zukazamami. And the elite is tasked with hunting down the Master Chief, and it's basically about how, like, he gets fucked up. He literally dies by, like, the Master Chief rounds a corridor in the Pillar of Autumn on the last level of Halo, where you played the Pillar of Autumn, and he rounds a corner, Zukazamami is in a turret, and the Chief, like, throws a fucking grenade at him and kills him immediately. It's fucking unreal. But a fun fact about Halo Reach is that because Bungie was not okay with Microsoft permitting the novelization of books, basically Reach was a cop-out to destroy a lot of the lore built by the books, because they were so annoyed about that they just fucking went through. Also, another couple of things about the series. There's a lot of videos out there that are really good about Halo. One of them I really recommend is Halo Combat Evolved 10 years later, I think it's called, where someone takes a very critical view of Halo 10 years later, observing things about not only, like, the gameplay, but the development of it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, like, a lot of issues they had with Halo was Bungie was a very inexperienced company, and they didn't know what they were doing, so they couldn't do everything they wanted. And then on to Halo 2, they were more experienced, but they shot too big and tried too much, so they had to cut out large portions of the game. And I forgot what was wrong with 3. There was something really wrong with 3, and then Reach was the Halo that they did not want to do.
Really?
Yeah, Bungie Studios did not want to do Halo. Microsoft, they said that they wanted to move away and do something else, Bungie as a company. And Microsoft said, you have to give us another Halo, at least. You have to give us one more Halo, and then we'll let you go. And they did. They gave them Reach, which was the Halo.
Hell of a game.
Which was a Halo that they did not want to do. And that's why it was, a lot of the campaign and story was just a cop-out to all of the Halo books, because they basically turned this thing that they didn't want to do into, like, a passion project of, I fucking hate this. A lot of the development of Reach as well, like the campaign and stuff like that, you can see later now, if you look at it more critically and you're okay with looking at it critically, it wasn't done very well. The reveal of the Covenant on Reach was terrible. It's summed up in 2 lines, where not John, George, Jorge, he literally says the Covenant can't be on Reach, and then Carter says that they are, so, and that it's done. Also, another... it wasn't very good. Another big issue was...
I feel like if that was the start of a series, that would have been shocking, but because we as consumers...
We should watch some videos on this, because there's some really good shit.
Because we as consumers had already been exposed to the Covenant, I feel like it wasn't as bad.
Yeah, well, it wasn't... Because them fighting Reach was really bad, because Reach was, like, basically another Earth, because it was so populated and so dense and so important for the UNSC. I'm a big Halo nerd. I fucking love all things Halo. Reading books at the moment. I've got a lot of books on Halo and a lot of research I've done into Halo, because I just love the series so much. Also, another issue that really plagued Reach was they had to basically, like, make a lot of the maps in single-player Forge maps and Firefight maps in particular. So they were like, every map that you play in fucking single player will be either a Forge or a Firefight map. And it wasn't as good because the maps were designed for a wave-based shooter, which wasn't really necessary for Halo, because it's a fast-paced game where you've got a lot of health.
Yeah.
Like, Gears of War was good because it's a slower-based cover shooter where a wave mode makes sense. But with Halo, it just doesn't, because it's very fast-paced and it's not really designed for that.
Yeah.
But, like, it could have been done a lot better as well. Just with a lot of the things. You could restructure levels a lot of different ways to make them feel a lot better. And then you move on to Halo 4, which didn't make it, because Halo 4 was probably one of my least favorite Halos, and moving on to Halo 5, my second least favorite. I get into this argument a lot with one of my friends, Halo 5 introduced a lot of new things, including the Spartan Dash and sprinting.
Yeah.
People have found, though, with sprinting, they introduced Spartan Dash and sprinting because... Sprinting was in 4.
Okay.
But they changed it up dynamically in Halo. Yeah. This is a game design thing. I'm really into game design. It's like... it's a passion for me. I look at game design very critically and think about it. With Halo 5, the sprinting is the exact same speed as walking in Halo 3. Wow. They've done comparisons and seen that it is the exact same as Halo 3. But from a design standpoint, the idea of the sprinting wasn't to make the game faster, it was to make the game feel faster. So it wasn't necessarily faster, it just needed to feel faster, which it completely accomplished. And it does work in a lot of different ways, because sprinting not only is like really good to make it feel faster and make it feel like a more fast-paced game, but it also changes up the way that people play. Because when you're sprinting, you can't shoot, so you've got to make the decision, should I sprint or should I be able to shoot? Yeah. Which in games like a lot of the ranked games, like SWAT, is a really important decision. When I play SWAT, because I'm like a platinum level player in SWAT, every time I get a rank, I'm like platinum or higher. Which isn't that good. I'm not like a pro player, but it's like pretty good in a community.
Good enough for a casual player.
I never sprint. I don't sprint.
Yeah, I don't think I ever do in SWAT either.
It's a bad idea to sprint because it leaves you open so much because you're a one-shot kill. But dynamically, the idea of sprinting is really good because it really changes up gameplay and also adds because it adds the speed to it. It adds the feel of speed rather than the actual speed. But it also allowed for Spartan charging and stuff like that, which was a really crazy dynamic to be able to like have speed and use a one-hit, in SWAT at least, a one-hit kill that was very particular, and you had to do it just right to actually nail it, which was really interesting and really good gameplay.
To do like a big old jump off a platform and do like the dive bomb as well.
Yeah, which was harder to do because it took up a lot of time.
Yeah.
And
like, couldn't you...
Halo 5...
I don't know if it was Halo 5, but there was a game that had that feature in it, and you could hold yourself in the air, and there was like a little white kind of like outline of you down below, and you could like aim yourself as to where you were going to land.
That was Halo 5. That's the way that you were thinking. It's a ground pound.
Yeah.
It's the white circle in the circle, and it expands as you onto the ground. Halo 5...
He punched his hand for those audio listeners, because we don't have video.
Everyone. Halo 5 was, game design-wise, probably the best game. It was designed very well. A lot of thought went into it. They tried to add a lot of things that weren't necessarily necessary, but they were trying to improve on the IP, basically. Recently, there's been a mod released called Halo CE SPV3, which is Halo Combat Evolved single-player version 3. I think they added 150 new weapons. They changed a lot of the maps, not terribly, but in really neat ways, and a lot of the gameplay mechanics. Like when you go into the first room with a flood, there'll be there's biomass around. If you shoot that biomass, combat forms come out of it. And if you're a lore fan, you know that that's a thing that normally happens. Have you ever watched the Mona Lisa? No, Halo the Mona Lisa. We should watch the Mona Lisa. It's a Halo movie. It's shot in sort of like a comic book style where there's a lot of still frames, but it's still really done really well. There's slight animation. And it's just fantastic. It's about a vessel that has to initiate the Cole Protocol. I don't know if you know what that is, but the Cole Protocol is they flush all data drives so that the government can't find Earth and set a random jump trajectory.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough about Halo because I've harped on about it enough.
No, it's cool. It's good.
It's my favorite franchise. I've done a lot of research into it.
If I didn't love Gears as much as I do, Halo would be easily the best fucking franchise in my mind.
If I knew as much about my university studies as I did Halo, I would take all of my exams next week.
I'll tell you what, I would not be taking a semester off uni right now.
What do you think? Are we about done?
Yeah, I think that's a good first one for the week.
That's a good hour and 44 minutes.
I wish I could say it was our longest, but it's not.
No, you released like a two-parter, didn't you?
I don't think I've done a two-parter yet. I mean, the ones we do this week can technically be considered two parts.
Yeah.
But they're not going to be. But yeah, I think I did one that was like a bit over 2 hours.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
I'm getting to my intro. I'm getting to my outro. I'm getting to it, alright? Just, you're not the fucking host here, remember that. Remember your place. This is my apartment room.
My apartment room.
Yeah. This is my apartment room. I fucking bought it. It's my window.
It's my window leading into your room.
It's not your window, it's my window. It's not our window, it's my window. Can I fuck sleep? Can jerk off.
Yeah, but I can't.
I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. It's been a pleasure talking to you, I guess. It's been a pleasure watching whatever the fuck we're watching now, but some football beforehand. Hope you enjoyed. As I said before, make sure to subscribe for more Steph Section. Give us a like if you could, or a dislike. All feedback is feedback. Leave a comment as well, giving some specific feedback. Yeah, let us know some of your favourite games, or don't tell us know your TV series, because I'll probably just ask that in other podcasts in the future. But
who watches this?
I think Jake watches.
Shout out to Jake.
Jack usually listens.
Jack, you're also my boy.
Bone might.
I remember your tree of Jack. It was it was amazing.
Remember the Tree of Destiny?
I remember the Tree of Destiny as well.
So, I think Bone listens on occasion.
Bone, if you listen to this, I miss you. You're a cool dude.
Yeah, I don't think Xavier listens. Dossers listen to a few, I think, but he's Hayden. We call him Doss, by the way. I don't. He's never really given me much feedback on it or told me whether or not he's listened, but
I remember having a crazy DNM with Hayden once, and it lasted about 30 seconds. And he was just giving me some very strong advice on certain things.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
He's great to give advice from.
He's a well-hung man, I hear.
Oh, dude.
We went to a deli before, and dude, some of the salami I thought Hayden was there.
So that's it for today. Thank you for listening.
Love you all.
Dude, mate from me called Ben listens. We play Yu-Gi-Oh! Together sometimes. It's fucking great. Yeah. See you next time.
Bye, everybody.